Well, good day everyone. I am Kyth Paghubasan and we are going to talk about the web technology, the World Wide Web, and the web design. So first, before we start, we would like to discuss the objective of this report. So first is to understand the concepts and architecture of the World Wide Web. Next, to understand the basic network concepts. Next, to understand and practice markup languages. Next, to understand and practice embedded dynamic scripting on client-side internet programming. And lastly is to understand and practice web development techniques on client side. So, what is web technology? Web technology refers to the means by which computers communicate with each other using markup languages and multimedia software packages. It gives us a way to interact with hosted information such as websites. It involves the use of hypertext markup language, or HTML, and cascading style sheets, or CSS. Then, the three basic languages that mark up the WW are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, what exactly are web technologies? So, web technologies are various tools and techniques that are utilized in the process of communication between different types of devices over the internet. So, to break it down, web and technologies, the web is, in this case, referred to World Wide Web, more commonly known as WWW. It first came into being in 1989 when famous scientist and engineer Tim Berners-Lee came up with an efficient mechanism to share resources between scientists all over the world. So what are the different types of web technologies? The basics, which will be cover up browsers and some web app development fundamentals, programming languages and framework, which are used in the development of websites, database that are used at the backend to store data required to collected by websites, some protocols, that is rules for communicating on web, graphic, audiovisual, and other multimedia elements, some data formats that are usually used to transmit data over the internet, and other miscellaneous web technologies.
So hi guys, my name is Maria Melissa Pineda and my report is all about the World Wide Web. So what is World Wide Web? Ta-da! My visual aid. So World Wide Web is commonly known as WW or WWW, also called as web. Way of exchanging information, a documentation on the web is called a web page, identified by a unique address called URL. So Uniform Sources Locator, that is the meaning of URL, commonly referred to as a web address. So the history of World Wide Web is invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. Invent the World Wide Web, or WW at CERN, or CERN. Published in 1992. Text markup language. Yeah, that is easy to use, guys. Structure. Web pages is constructed by HTML. Clients use the browser application to send URIs via HTTP to servers requesting a web page. Servers respond with a requested web page or with error message. Page is written using hypertext markup language. So, ang structure ng WWW or World Wide Web is nagkukuha niyahan mga pages, nagkukuha niyahan nagko-construct niyahan mga pages by using HTML. Yes, yeah. WW components. First is structural components. Clients or browsers, servers, then third is caches, and last is internet. Semantic components. Amo niya ang mga nagkukuan nga diri niyo talaga mga HTTP ang mga meaning niya. Asya din mga meaning, guys. So, ang meaning han HTTP is hypertext transfer protocols. And HTML is hypertext markup language. Then an XML is extensible markup language. Then last is URI is uniform resource identifiers. That is the semantic components. So web fundamentals. First is WW or World Wide Web. So World Wide Web is global hypertext network of millions of web servers or browsers connected by hypertext transferred protocols or HTTP. Then web pages can be designed by hypertext markup language. So, a web fundamental web fundamental first han WWW is an WW is nagkukuha niya han hypertext network of million nga iya giservehan millions han iya giservehan han mga browsers han may web browsers ngan hin web servers. Tas gin ko connect nila ha gin ko connect han WW by using han hypertext transferred protocols or HTTP. Next is web fundamental. First is web browsers. A web browsers displays a web documentation and enables users to access web documentation. So, and web browsers is asya tiyahan nag-access han mga documents, han mga web documents and enables users. Yeah. Then web server. Servers respond with requested web page or with an error message. So, and web server is asya tiyahan nag-respond han mga error nga mga message nagre-respond han requested nagre-respond lagi han mga error nga mga message han page. So next is uniform resources locator or URL. These are the web addresses that we type URL in address bar of the browser, then hit on enter, then URL request the web pages to the web server. So inihiya guys is diri ko niya ma-explain gud ko upay pero kay wala ako laptop. So an URL is magkukuan ka di ba laptop then may dito URL nga URL siguro lagi URL nga didhi tas i-enter nimo i-hit di po nimo enter. Tas amo na tiya guys. Nagkukuha ko pag-explain kay wala ko laptop. So yun na lang yun. I know naman nga makakasabot ka mo nga maaram ka mo kay hatanan nga aton maara magamit han han laptop even though diri kita tanan may laptop pero maaram ka mo magamit na, di ba? So next is difference between internet and WW. Internet is a global system of the interconnected computer network, massive network to networks connecting millions of computers. World Wide Web. WW is one of the services that run on internet. WW is a system of interlinked hypertext documentation accessed via internet. Simply large portion of internet. So an internet daw is nagko-connect diyahan mga computers to networks. While an WW is asyat nagpapadalagan han service han internet. Han documentation. So that's all guys. Then sana okay lang akong visual aid. So thank you guys. Once again, that is all about WW or World Wide Web. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. My name is PECAJAS from BSTM 3B. My topic is all about web design. So what is web design? Web design involves creating the visual elements of layout of a website, while coding involves translating these designs into a functional website using programming languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Typically, dedicated web developers translate the designs to code. So also, web design is the process of creating the visual and function aspects of a website. It involves a combination of creative and technical skills to create an aesthetically pleasing, easy to navigate, and functional website that meets the needs of its intended audience. So the best example of web design is the Google homepage. So Google homepage is one of the best examples of minimal web design with a clear call to action. There's distinct brand recognitions with the large Google logo, a long search bar, and just 2 buttons. There's no other distractions. So the overview of the web design is the process of conceptualizing, planning, and arranging elements on web page to create an engaging and user-friendly experience. It involves various disciplines such as graphic design, user interface design, user experience design, and coding. So the key aspects of web design include layout, color scheme, typography, imagery, and interactivity. So, discussion of the web design. So it's primarily useful for various reasons. Firstly, it plays a crucial role in enhancing the user experience by creating an intuitive and visually appealing website that is easy to navigate. A well-designed website not only engages visitors but also reflects the brand's identity and the values, establishing a strong online presence. So, the summary of web design. So, web design is a multi-faceted discipline that encompasses various aspects of creating and maintaining websites. It involves the visual functional design of web page, focusing on factors such as user experience, branding, accessibility, and search engine optimization. It facilitates information sharing, e-commerce, transaction, lead generation, and communication with user through features like contact forms, blogs, social media integration. It also incorporates analytics and tracking tools to measure website performance and user behavior. That's all, sir. Thank you.